Have you ever spent hours sewing a beautiful kid's dress only to realize it doesn't fit the child properly? Or maybe the neckline is choking, the armhole is too tight, or the hemline looks uneven? Trust me, you're not alone. In today's video, I'm going to review the 10 costly mistakes that many tailors make when sewing kidswear, and more importantly, how you can actually avoid them so that your dresses will always come out perfect. By the end of this video, you will not only save time, fabric, and frustration, but you will also create professional kit outfits that actually sell and keep your clients coming back. My name is Ajulam, and welcome to Sew Kiddies with Ajulam. Before we dive in, I have something special for you. I've created a professional kidswear size chart that removes all the guesswork from measurements. If you've ever struggled with armhole depth, neckline width, or waist placement for different kid ages, this chart is going to be your best friend. I'll show you how to get instant access later into this video, so make sure to stick around. And if you're also interested in learning how to actually make money from your sewing skills, don't forget I run another channel where I teach only the business side of sewing. That is where I'll teach you how to price, market, and grow your fashion brand. I'll also share more about that towards the end. All right, let's get into today's video. Here are the 10 costly mistakes tailors make when sewing kidswear. Mistake number 1 is ignoring the growth room. Now, what is a growth room? Children grow fast sometimes in just 3 months. Their bodies change. Growth room means just adding a little extra allowance in your sewing so the garment can grow with the child. Now, without growth room, your clothes will look nice, no doubt, but it will not last. Some parents don't want to spend money on a dress that will become useless after one occasion. Trust me, this small mistake can cost you repeat customers and referrals. Here is the reason why you must never ignore growth room. Number 1, like I said earlier, kids grow unpredictably. Some children grow taller faster than wider. Others expand in their chest or tummy area. Now, number 2, parents expect value. They're spending money, so they want durability. Okay, number 3 is that your reputation depends on it. When your dresses last longer, parents will trust you more. Now, just think about it. If a client buys from you and the dress lasts through birthdays, parties, or even hand-me-downs for younger siblings, who would they always come back to? It's you. Now, let's get practical. Growth room is not guesswork. You can add it correctly by following these simple guides. Now, for the chest and waist area, you can add 2 to 3 inches of ease for kids under 5 and 3 to 4 inches for older kids. For example, if you want to add 2 inches ease, when you're drafting your pattern and your paper is unfold, it should be 1 inch so that by the time you open it up, you will have 2 inches for both sides. Now, for the length, always add 1 to 2 inches at the end. You can fold and stitch it neatly so it can be let down later. Now, for the sleeves, add at least 1 inch extra length for children under 7. Now, for the neckline, don't cut it too tight. Add a little ease so it's comfortable. Now, this way the outfit will look fitted but still have room for movement and growth. Mistake number 2 is using adult measurement logic on kids. You see, when we measure adults, the body proportions follow a certain logic, like the bust, the waist, the hip, the shoulder width, and so on, in a specific ratio. But kids are not just smaller versions of adults. Their body proportions are completely different. For example, on an adult, the waist to hip difference is usually more defined, but on a child, that difference is very minimal. The total length of a child is much shorter compared to the leg length, unlike in adults where both balance out more evenly. So if you use adult formulas, your kid's garments will either come out too loose, too tight, or completely out of shape. The correct way to handle this is to work with kid-specific measurement logic. Instead of copying adult ratios, you need to follow formulas designed specifically for kids. For example, when drafting the bodies for a child, armhole depth is not calculated same way as in adults. Children require a shallower curve to allow comfort and mobility. When you master kids' proportions, your dresses will fit so perfectly that parents will notice the difference instantly. That is how you build trust, repeat customers, and higher income from your sewing. This is exactly why I created my professional kidswear size chart, because it will give you the right measurements and ratios for kids of different ages, so you don't have to guess or mistakenly apply adult logic. Mistake number 3 is wrong fabric choice. Imagine spending hours sewing a stunning birthday dress only for the fabric to feel itchy, too heavy, or not hold the shape that you want at all. That's what happens when you pick the wrong fabric. Here is the truth. Not every fabric is right for kids wear. When you're sewing kids dresses, you need to think about 3 things. Number 1 is comfort. Because kids have sensitive skin, a stiff or itchy fabric will make them hate the dress, no matter how pretty it looks. So fabric like soft cotton, silk, satin, or smooth net are safe bets for comfort. Number 2 is the weight, because heavy fabrics make dresses drag on the child's body. Now imagine a 3-year-old trying to run around in a dress made of thick brocade. Instead, you can go for lightweight or durable fabrics that allows movement. Number 3 is structure and flow. Some fabrics are too soft to lose shape, while others are too stiff. If you're sewing a fluffy ball dress, you will need 2 layers for volume plus a structured lining. But if you're making a casual play dress, you just need a simple cotton fabric. Mistake number 4 is over designing. Have you ever spent hours adding ruffles, lace, glitter, stones, and every possible design to a kid dress, only for the client to smile politely and never return? That, my friend, is the dangerous mistake of over designing. When you over design a dress, you're trying to prove your skill by adding too many elements at once. So instead of looking luxurious, the dress will start to look heavy, confusing, or even cheap. When you add too many colors, it's also another one. When you combine too many styles in one outfit, it's still one. When you pile on extra fabric, stones, applique, or ruffles that don't, add real value. And guess what? Clients don't pay for the hours you wasted. They only pay for the results they love. I once had a student who designed a ball dress for a little girl's birthday. She added layers of ruffles, pearls, lace, sequins, even feathers. By the time she finished the dress, it just it looks like 3 different designers photo over it. Now the sad part is that the client complained it was too much and she had to redo the entire dress with a simpler design. That is loss of money, loss of time, and loss of energy. So, how do you avoid over designing? Simple. Focus on one statement detail, maybe the bow, the neckline, or the sleeve. Then let one element stand out. Number 2, you can choose balance over excess by, if the fabric is already bold, just keep the design simple. If the fabric is plain, then you can add, 1 or 2 striking details. Number 3, you can just design with, the client in mind. Remember, children need comfort first. Now, a child doesn't want to carry 10 extra pounds of fabric on their birthday. Here's a quick business tip. Simplicity sells very fast. Most parents will pay more for a classy, well-finished, simple dress than for a complicated, overloaded one. Plus, simple designs are easier to reproduce and scale into collections for your brand. So don't try to show off all your skills in one dress. Instead, focus on your clean, simple, standard designs that will make your clients come back for more. Now, mistake number 5 is skipping fittings. Here's the thing. Kids grow so fast. A measurement you took 2 weeks ago may no longer be accurate today. So if you don't schedule fittings during the sewing process, you risk ending up with a dress that doesn't fit properly. For example, let's say you're sewing a ball dress for a little girl. You cut the fabric, stitch it beautifully, add pearls, tools, and all the extras, only to realize on delivery day that the bodice is too tight. At that point, you either have to loosen it and spoil the neat finishing, or the client will be disappointed. Now, fittings allow you to test the garment step by step. After cutting and joining the main pieces, call your client for the first fitting. This is where you confirm if the chest, the waist, and the length are correct. Then, before final finishing, you do another fitting to make sure nothing has shifted. This extra step saves you from harassment and builds your reputation as a professional. Now, let's look at this from a business side. Every time you skip fittings and the dress doesn't fit properly, you waste time, fabric, and sometimes even lose money because the client will refuse to pay at all. But when you insist on fittings, your clients see you as someone who pays attention to details. That alone will make them to trust you more, recommend you, and even pay higher for your work. If you want to grow your sewing business, Never treat fitting as optional. Instead, add it as part of your service agreement with every client. Now, skipping fittings might seem harmless, but it can cost your clients money and then your reputation. Make sure you don't fall into that trap. Now, mistake number 6 is not understanding parents' needs. A lot of tailors focus only on how the dress looks, sparkles, bows, ruffles, and all of that is very good. But parents are asking themselves deeper questions like, will my child feel comfortable in this? Is this fabric easy to wash? Can she wear this dress more than once? Is it worth the price that I'm paying? If you don't consider these things, you will lose trust. Parents want style, yes, but they also want convenience, they want safety, they want durability and value. For example, some parents prefer zippers over tiny buttons because dressing a toddler is in a hurry is a battle. Others prefer soft fabric because kids sweat a lot. So some don't want that itchy lace or heavy bit. So these little details makes a very big difference. So before sewing, ask parents specific questions like, do you prefer stretchy fabrics or cotton? Do you want this dress for daily wear or just for occasions? Always think of washing and maintenance because busy parents love easy care fabrics. Okay, so then balance design with comfort. A simple dress the child can wear multiple times will definitely bring you more referrals than a flashy one that causes discomfort. Now, mistake number 7 is poor finishing. This is one of the biggest reasons customers complain or never come back. Poor finishing doesn't just look bad, it weakens your stitches, makes the fabric fray, and then shortens the lifespan of that outfit. And parents buying kidswear, they notice these things immediately because they want durability. So to fix this problem, just use a zigzag stitch on your raw edges. You don't have a serger. It's simple. It prevents fraying, and it makes the inside of the dress to look very neat. Or you can use bias binding for a clean professional finish. This is especially great for delicate fabrics or dresses with lots of movement. So it will help to hide the raw edges completely and then add a beautiful touch. All right. So finally, don't underestimate your iron. Press every seam. A neat pressing looks 10 times more professional than one that is just stitched and left rumpled. A good tailor presses as much as they sew. So here's the truth. Good finishing is what separates an amateur from a professional tailor. It's what makes parents happy to pay more for your work. If you master your finishing, you can confidently raise your prices because your dresses won't just look good outside, but they will still be flawless inside. Now you know the 10 costly mistakes tailors make when sewing kitwear and how to fix each of them. Now, if you avoid these mistakes, your sewing will stand out as professional, your dresses will actually fit and last, and then your clients will gladly pay you more. And to make your work even easier, don't forget to grab my Professional Kidswear Size Chart. This chart is a complete guide to children's body measurements, whether the neckline, the armhole, the chest, the waist, the hip, and even his allowance. It will save you hours of trial and error and help you sew with confidence. You can get instant access right away by checking the link in the description. Also, if you want to learn how to actually turn your sewing skill into a profitable business by learning pricing, marketing, sales, and then building a fashion brand, make sure to subscribe to my second channel where I cover all the business side of sewing. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Ajulam, and I will see you all in my next tutorial. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share so another tailor who needs this can see it.